Obviously, we saw many issues with Mamma Mia 1 and 2. And obviously, I'm not talking about issues with the movies themselves because they were decent movies. That I personally didn't like 1 very much because it went over the top a little bit and it was cringy at many points. I think 2 was much better and was done pretty well. Now, what I'm here to talk about here is the discrepancies between 1 and 2. So, in 1, um, what's her name? Donna and her friends mention that Donna's mother is no longer around, but then in 2, long after Donna has passed away, Donna's mother shows up. Ruby, I think that was her name, played by Cher, obviously, but Donna's mother, Cher, shows up and is clearly very alive in the second movie, so clearly they weren't thinking when they were making the first movie, and they weren't really planning on having a sequel, so that's why. And they even admitted that they took a lot of liberties when they were creating it. Also, the timeline of when Donna met Bill, Harry, and I forget what his name even was. Was it Sam or something? Yeah, I think it was Sam. When they met him, um, the timeline's a little mixed up because she meets them in a very different order in the first movie, and then obviously the pictures from back then were kind of done as a joke, but yeah. Because they're obviously older in the pictures in the first movie when they claim to have known each other, and the second movie where they're clearly much younger. So yeah, but anyway, um, they definitely messed up with the plot a little bit. She meets her friends in a different order in the second movie, and yeah, there's quite a lot going on. Of course, another thing I have to say about it is that I sort of do like how they handled the situation with Donna being gone because, um, yeah, they didn't explain what happened, but they just explained that it did happen and it had a tremendous effect, and that's why Sophie was planning that one thing, and that's why it was going the way she said it was going, and so on and so forth. And it was made for some pretty good moments, I think. Um, and that final scene with Meryl Streep singing was okay. Um, but overall, in the second movie, I think Lily James did a fantastic job playing the role of Donna as someone who is adventurous and wants to explore things and has a troubled relationship with her mother. And is looking to go out into the world and have fun. And of course, she has a lot of fun, but then she gets her feelings hurt by her friend Sam, who it turns out hasn't been honest with her. And then, of course, so she rebounds to her previous friend Bill, and all those things happen. So she does a great job of playing a wide range of emotions as well as different characterizations. So that's pretty good. Overall, I don't have much criticism, although maybe if I watched it again, I would have a lot of criticism.